Hey guys, welcome back to Vallone's RC Hobby, and in this video we're going to talk about the Eachine, the 1/8 scale brushless monster truck. Let's get to it. So here we are, guys. This is the Eachine. I guess that's the company name, Eachine. This is a 1/8 scale brushless monster truck, and guys, it is a direct rip of the ZD Racing Pirates 3. The only thing they did is just basically change the body here. Has its own kind of paint scheme, but as you can see, the front of the body is exactly just like the Pirates 3. And the code name, I guess, or the actual model name of this is called the EAT02, so EAT02, whatever that means. I don't know why they name some of these machines or these cars these names. It just doesn't stick, and it's not very memorable to title these cars these names. But that being said, again, a direct rip from the ZD Racing Pirates 3. The only other thing that's changed, like I said, is the body and the batteries. So the batteries, they do give you two 2S LiPo batteries. I'm going to get into this in a second. This is kind of ridiculous the way they have this set up here. I don't know why they did this. I think it's because they just have a single line coming from the electronic speed controller. But I'm going to get into this. And when I first got this truck, I was saying to myself, how the heck am I going to charge this? How am I going to balance it? How am I going to storage it? But I'll get into that. But I got this truck out of Banggood. I think it's Banggood and GearBest that sell these trucks. And I bought this truck on December 9th of 2019. And I found a 22% coupon online to apply to this truck. And I got the truck for about $255. For a 1/8 scale monster truck with this size, 4S, 1900 kV brushless motor, damn good deal. Aluminum chassis, a lot of aluminum parts on this truck. Between the shock tower, the shock towers are plastic, but you got aluminum shocks. You got some metal drive shafts. I do hear some of these drive shafts here might have some problems. I think OMGRC was complaining about these popping out. But so far I haven't had that issue yet. But there's a lot of aluminum here. Kind of resembles a lot what goes on even with, say, the DHK Maximus, which a lot of people are comparing this truck to. You got the metal chassis here, which is very nice. Tires look awesome, even though I do hear they do break. This center section here breaks. And what I don't like also is that the hubs, the nuts that hold on this tire, they're not serrated. I think they really need to, these companies need to stick with having serrated nuts. You can buy them, of course, online, but what I do also do is sometimes I'll go to my local hardware store and get a lock washer to go behind that and just lock that down so these nuts don't back out. So $255. I said, you know what, that's not a bad deal. That's a pretty good deal. I think I even sold the coupon on Steve-O's RC Tanks and Trucks from Australia. He had that coupon and I applied it. But I got to tell you, $255 from Banggood. I just got it last week. We are now in the beginning of February, so it took well over a month to get to me. This thing was stuck in shipping somewhere for a very long time. Customer service at Banggood was kind of good. They were kind of following up for me, but it was getting towards that time where I did apply for shipping to be about 7 to 15 business days, and it took well over a month to get this truck, and it was lost. And they did not want to honor any sort of refund until it hit basically like a 60-day period. So I was kind of approaching that, but it did wind up coming in. Now when it came in, look at this box. This is the third or fourth time I've bought from Banggood, and their box become completely destroyed. When they do have the option to have insurance on that shipping, please do apply it to your checkout. I know it's about another $5 or $6, but you definitely want to apply it. They ship it in the actual box and just leave it the way it is. Like, so the product box is not in another box. And in this box, there's not much padding at all. If it was anything, it was just the tires to help with the padding. Banggood's got to get up to speed here because they do have some decent products. They're on a budget if you want, and you're not looking for anything to break the bank. But I mean, I had massive holes in the box here and here. Luckily, the only thing that was broken on this was the front bumper was all cracked. I did glue it back together, but this bumper's going to shatter again because it is pretty cheap feeling, and it's really not going to hold much. And of course, then the body was also buckled as well. So I did talk to Banggood, and hopefully they can maybe back me up here. Number one, with the shipping taking forever, it was supposed to come in before Christmas time, and I wound up getting it in the beginning of February. So pretty long time there, but. That being said, the truck is a little beast, I gotta say. I mean, the thing probably goes about, I don't know, 40, 45 miles an hour. I was tearing it up around out back here by my shop, and it's pretty well balanced, I gotta say. The speed is excellent. When it does wheelies, it's pretty damn good. I did tumble it a couple times, so I did scuff the body. The body is pretty weak. I did already wind up cracking the body here, and you see like the stickers already coming off here. So I definitely, if you're going to get this truck, I would definitely back it with some Gorilla Tape or something, or some duct tape to leave a little more rigidity to this, so it doesn't start cracking and getting all messed up. But the other thing I didn't like on this truck, and was one of the reasons I almost didn't go with it too, was once you put this body on, it really doesn't cover your chassis area. I mean, a lot of dirt and debris is getting in there when I race around. I had to blow this out once I finished racing it around. I do that with all my trucks anyway, but this had an inordinate amount of sand and rocks and stuff in here because there's nothing to cover. You could add a little bit extra layer here to this if you wanted to, cut some strips. I've done that before to place there, but the body is pretty cheap. And it does crack and break and stuff. But overall, like I said, the performance of this thing was really good. I will tell you, I did lose a screw. I'll show you guys right here. I don't know if you can see right there on the bottom of that hub. That screw popped out, and this one still stayed in. And there, I have some stainless screws that I threw, and I found the right threads and all. And what was amazing was the one screw on this side was I had a hell of a time even taking it out, so I don't even know how the other side got out. So when I was racing around with the truck, this tire was completely, tilted, and it was basically off axis. So when you get this truck, and just like even with the DHK Maximus, when I got that truck in, screws were backing out. So pull out your little tool set and start hitting every one of these screws and start checking if things are loose, because it seems to be pretty common now. You get these trucks in and things are loose. I would definitely go through the whole truck and make sure you got things that are tight. You might even want to put a little Loctite on these things, because it's a little frustrating when I know they say ready to run, and right out the box you want to start running this thing, but I'll be honest with you, when things start backing out, that's when things can break, and all it takes is one little screw to back out, and then you start messing up the alignment of things, and you can start breaking plastics, and it's one thing after another, and things start breaking. So, but it is a hell of a truck. I mean, for the price, I don't know if I'm going to be going off jumps and mega ramps with this thing, just because, if the bumper broke very easily, things could start breaking on this car. I did see, like I said, some people broke the rims. They were doing some crazy stuff, launching it pretty high in the air, or, rubbing it up or down a tree or something, or smacking into a tree, and then all of a sudden they broke the rim. I guess it's going to happen with something in this price point. But overall, if you're just getting into the hobby, it is a beast of a truck. It's got tremendous speed. If you can find a good coupon online for this truck and get it under $300, like I said, I got it for $255. Not a bad deal. So here's the strange battery situation, at least strange to me, since being in this hobby and being back in the hobby and just seeing the way they have this hooked up. So these batteries are working together basically as a 4S combined. They're two 2S batteries. They're ZD Racing, 25C. It's an okay C rating. I'm not crazy about that low of a C rating. 4,000 milliamps. That's a pretty good runtime. When you combine them together, it did have a decent runtime, maybe 10-15 minutes or so. But it's just when it comes to charging and such, you could charge this together just like this as a 4S battery. But the problem is your balance leads. Your balance lead is 2S. So when you're charging, and I have the single balance lead, the balance plug, you're not going to put the two together. It's just you got to use just one. And my charger, I use the C240, or I have the Onyx 245 rather charger, and I just didn't want to read it right. But if you can charge this as a 4S just like this, leave it all connected like this, don't worry about your balance leads, and you can charge it as just a normal charge without a balance charge. I don't like to charge my batteries, my LiPos, with it not being balance charged. So I definitely recommend, if you're going to try it this way first. But if you do want to charge them, you'd have to charge them individually, and you're going to have to take off the cables here. Let's see if I could do this while I hold my camera. Okay, so all they have is basically a jumper that joins the two batteries together to kind of make it one. So then what you're going to do is you're just going to grab this lead here that has the red and black, off the Deans, and just put this into of course the black into the minus, and then the red into the positive. And then you use this one balance plug that's coming off the red wire here. Okay, you have the other black wire that comes off of the jumper wire. So you're going to want to use this plug and plug that in, and then you can charge one battery at a time. So I was able to do that, and then when you want to charge this battery, take the plugs out and then swap them. So you could possibly do that, or what I'm thinking about doing is just getting one big 4S battery. You can pick up an inexpensive battery online. I use those Z batteries, ZEEE. They seem to be pretty good. They're pretty inexpensive. Probably pick something up for under $40 maybe, and it's a 4S. So I might just do that, just because I don't even like the way they stack on the car, when you put them in the car. So now you have this battery up against the plugs here, and it's not even. I don't really like that. God forbid you have a bad crash or something. Something could happen to this, this whole setup here. I don't know why they did this. It's just kind of wacky. But, I mean, it's a deal where you're getting 4S, if you find, again, a coupon and get this thing under $300. It's pretty damn good, I gotta say. 1900 kV motor, you got a 15K servo, 120 amp speed controller. I mean, geez, right out the box, and you're doing 40, 45 miles an hour. Not bad, guys. So, I mean, this car falls into the lap, or say the competition, I would say, of the DHK Maximus. I see a lot of guys online that are comparing this to, say, the DHK Maximus. As you can see, this guy, the EAT02, is a bit bigger than the Maximus. I do love my Maximus. I bought this in the very beginning when I got back into the hobby. It's my first truck. But similar to this truck, the screws back out. So it was one of the common problems that the DHK Maximus has. But once I have checked all my screws and Loctited things seem to be running very well with this truck. So that is a very nice truck. I mean, as you can see, they say the DHK Maximus is a 1/8 scale. It's probably a little bit smaller than a 1/8. It's probably more like a 1/9. This truck is probably a little more towards a 1/8 scale. And then another truck that's in this price range that is similar to the Maximus and this truck, I would say, is the Redcat Landslide. You could pick that truck up, all day long. You see for $299 online. And I did like the Landslide. I had that truck. That was a very aggressive truck. That was my second RC that I got back into this hobby, and I thought that was an amazing truck for the price. I bashed that thing all over the place. That thing tumbled and flew in the air and never, ever broke. It was really, really remarkable, and it was a quick truck. So I did wind up selling that truck, but that's another truck that's in this price point. The other truck that I picked up near this price point, which is a little more correct for 1/8 scale, and this is a little modified here. They don't make this truck anymore. This is called the Force RC Muckraker, and I found this on eBay right after they discontinued the product, the truck, and the truck is now not on the shelves anymore, and it's a shame because the build quality of this is even better, I would say, than these two over here. This is a very well balanced truck. The A-arms, the shocks, everything's much thicker, feels more, definitely more of a professional, more a step up, so to speak. Maybe not so much professional, but just a good step up compared to these. And you can feel the difference in the quality of the parts that are used on these as opposed to these. And Horizon Hobby was behind or slapped their name on this Force RC. So you had the Muckraker and you had the Epidemic. The only odd thing that was up with these trucks was the steering. The steering was a little wacky, and the fact that these arms, as you can see, the tire can kind of bend easily that way. But it didn't seem to bother anything. The plastic was just flex, and but everything kept going. So the steering is a little wacky on this, but I wound up upgrading it. I actually put the Landslide tires on it. I had this Beetle body on it because, of course, I'm in my other business is Classic VW Bugs, where I restore Beetles. So I got a Beetle body. I even put my business logo on the car and stuff. So pretty cool. But this is a great build, and I got this on eBay. I think for $270, $271, something like that. It was basically just leftover product, on their website. But now I see them actually more. I see some guys on eBay now that are selling them for over $300, $399 even, because I guess they're discontinued. So they're kind of rare in a way, but a very well-balanced truck. But that's what's in the price point for this ZD Racing, or this Eachine, if you want to call it. You see a lot of I don't know why they're ripping. You see a lot of companies just ripping the design and just slapping their name on it and using the exact car. So you want to get the ZD Pirates 3, that's fine, but the standard ZD Pirates doesn't come with a 4S setup. It comes with a 3S battery setup. You could get a 4S now. I think they option for that. Or you could also buy this kit with no electronics and then put your own stuff in there. So there is a lot of potential with this truck. You could upgrade it and still not really break the bank. But very cool truck. I'm going to keep running it until something breaks. It probably breaks sooner than I think. But is it Arrma build quality? No. Is it Traxxas build quality? Probably not, no. But it's something to get into the hobby. Again, if you can find that 22% coupon that I found for $255 and you had it all complete with 4S and all the electronics in it, out the box, just, again, be careful with Banggood. I've only bought a few things from them, and every time I bought something from them, the boxes come mangled. As if they're getting tossed. They're not covered. The box for the truck itself is not covered in what it should be covered in another box. It should be padded. So if it's coming from overseas, coming from China, I don't know. To me, I feel like, look, this is the 21st century. We've got to get up to speed on shipping here. And, I don't know. Just my thoughts. Would love to hear your comments, guys, down below. Please be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I plan to do videos each and every week on the Vallone's RC hobby. And I'm going to be putting videos out, showcasing cars, reviewing cars. And look, guys, Banggood did not give this car to me. I bought this with my own money. I buy all my cars with my own money, so I'm not affiliated with anybody. And this is just a love for the hobby, and making myself feel like a kid again, of course. And there's my Creighton 8S, which is the beast. But these are very cool trucks to get into, guys. It's amazing what's at our fingertips today for the price at what you can get. I remember spending same kind of money, $255, in the early 90s for a Kyosho USA 1 and Double Dare, and nowhere near the speed and durability and build quality like these are today. So like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you guys got any comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will be back next time.